Many thanks for staying with us, everyone. Let's switch gears now because this time around, core politics is what takes our attention. In 2015, the People's Democratic Party that has ruled Nigeria for 16 years got beaten by the All Progressives Congress, the APC, a party that went into a marriage of about 3 to 4 political parties. And this time around, the same party that has been beaten from that experience looks so much that is set for a merger. Well, what will happen in the next election cycle? That is the election year of 2019. That's why we'll be dissecting for a party that is still facing a huge leadership crisis. Joining me to discuss this issue now is a member of the PDP's Board of Trustees, Chief Bode Judge. Many thanks for coming on the program.
Always my pleasure.
It looks like a long time that your party has been struggling to get out of this leadership crisis. We heard about reconciliation move and all of that. Where is that right now?
Now, you know, when you've been in power for, like you said, 16 years, and suddenly you hit the bumps, naturally you will recoil, if you are smart, to do a post-mortem analysis and prepare yourself, restabilize the platform for which the party is noted for. Yes, there were moves for reconciliation that broke down between McAfee and the Sheriff group, and it broke down and went all the way to the Court of Appeal. We are hoping that pretty soon that judgment will come out. Who is the real chairman of the party? Who is the leader of the party? If I go into the constitution of the party, there's no question on our side that whatever decision taken at the National Convention is sacrosanct. That means whoever emerges at that level, whatever decision is taken at the National Convention, must be binding on all members of the party. That is like our own Supreme Court. Now, they've challenged McAfee, that's Modu Sheriff's group, but we are waiting because we know for sure that as long as our constitution remains our constitution, McAfee remains the chairman of the caretaker committee, pending the time we will have a full-fledged National Convention.
Because some people will say that there is no provision in the Constitution. That I also have a copy of the Constitution.
Yeah.
I've checked through also. There is no provision for a caretaker committee. No. And that's a very big one that the debate has been in court over the years.
That is not the issue. I just said to you, whatever is decided at the National Convention of the party, it's a law. Even if you have decided as you are coming up, on the contrary, whatever is decided at the National Convention, and if you give me that copy, I'll show you that section where any committee, the National Convention can decide to set up a committee. They can decide to remove A, add B, or remove C and add D. Any decision at the National Convention of the party remains
for members of the party and its leaders, for members of the PDP and its leaders,
yes,
the concern of how to get out of these leadership crises may be a major one. But in the eyes of many Nigerians, the voters, they look at your party as an unserious party. It's 2 years down the line in the life of this government, and we're not talking about a stronger position to even challenge the APC.
You know, the point is this. When you get into a cul-de-sac politically, first of all, we were in government for 16 years. We made certain mistakes, which are human. Now, the party, I think last week, there was a committee set up, a strategy committee to look at where we were coming from, why we lost the election, and the projection for the future. That report has just been submitted. I have gone through the report, and a fully committed member of this party, I was proud when I read the post-mortem report, the analysis. Now, those areas where we erred, we must ensure we don't go through such paths in the future. Now, there is a pending case at the Court of Appeal. We're all waiting. I'm told maybe by the 17th, the judgment will be given. Once that judgment is given, you will see the party coming full strength. And all the reports, all the analysis in the Jerry Gana's committee, when I read them, it was like we realized we didn't lie to ourselves. We told ourselves some serious home truths. And they have made recommendations that such areas, such behavior, such things, we must avoid. You know, there are certain tenets in any life. Once there's no dedication, no commitment, positive attitude in what you're doing, you are just heading for an abyss. We thought, oh, we will rule the country continuously, unchallenged for the next 50 years. We were on cruise level. We forgot that sometimes, even if you are on a straight line, you can hit a bomb. We hit the bomb. Suddenly, you know, we were in a state of flux. The next most rational, strategic thinking we could do was get back to our tactical table, get back to our strategic table, look at why did we lose the election? What happened to us? The behavior of some of our people were despicable.
Chief Judge, one of the behaviors that, you and I have had this conversation right here on the program, and you've spoken about the behaviors of some of the governors, for example. Are those also captured in the report of the Jerry Gana Committee?
Absolutely. You know, what happened when the governors found a vacuum? First of all, I remember the last meeting we had with the former president, who was the leader of the party. When he came to address us, about a week before handing over, he said he wanted to take a sabbatical leave. I remember one of the leaders got up and said, Mr. President, this is not university. You can't take a sabbatical leave. You remain the leader of the party until another presidential candidate emerges. And the discussion went on. So there was a vacuum. The Governors Forum, which if you look at our constitution, is not stated there, is a pressure group. And we are proud to have them. But when we went to the convention in Port Harcourt and we saw what happened, divine intervention, we thank God we didn't conclude that convention. Now everybody has seen the result of not being able to follow the constitution, that no group in this party has the absolute power to hijack the party.
I mean,
it's a collective.
Some of the leaders, including yourself, have seen some of the governors as a major problem of the party. Is that so?
I don't think it's, you know, once you have been hit by a tornado, you pray you don't go through it twice. Everybody has learned their lessons. And I can tell you, with the report that Jerry Gana has put in place, they will be digested, analyzed, and the next step of the party will be well stated. No group can own the PDP. The founding fathers made it in a way that it is a collective responsibility